Epperly, a founder and CEO who's ready to rewrite the definition of imposter syndrome. I created Who Made You the Boss to let you know that you're not alone. If you've been wondering whether your burnout is actually a sign toward evolution, or if perhaps there's something more to these challenges we face as leaders, creatives, and entrepreneurs, you're in the right place if you're looking to embrace the challenges you once perceived as negative, if you're ready to own your entire story, and if you're working to level up your business in ways you never thought possible. You'll learn all of this and more by listening in and doing the hard work you know you were meant to do. So let's get started together today on Who Made You the Boss. Welcome back to Who Made You the Boss, the podcast where we explore what it means to lead with purpose, and now in season 4 with passion. I'm your host, Lindsey Epperly, and today we are diving into a new year, a new season, and what it means to take your passion seriously. This is the year I'm personally turning my passion into a profession, and I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. So something I've been thinking about lately, especially since a knee injury completely upset my plans for the remainder of 2024, when was the last time you threw out the rule book and just riffed? No formula, no checklist, just kind of followed that creative spark inside you. If that question makes you a little uncomfortable or maybe even a little curious, then this season is for you. Last year, we focused on purpose, digging into what truly matters and how to lead a life aligned with your values. And through that process, I realized something important, that knowing your purpose is powerful, but living it requires passion. Passion is what keeps you going, even when the path ahead looks uncertain or unconventional. And I get that. That is what I am feeling these days. But it's the fuel that transforms your purpose into action. For me, that means writing. Writing has been the quiet undercurrent of my life. And this year, 2025, is the year I stop calling it a side project and I start calling it my profession. So I want to kick off today's episode by taking you back to a moment that, in hindsight, taught me a lot about being present and how important it is to embrace the joy in life, even when things don't go according to plan. So picture this. Jeremy and I were on our way to Iceland. It was an anniversary trip we'd been looking to for months. We were excited to explore ice caves, to see the northern lights. And Jeremy was even scheduled to get a tattoo. We were bought into this, right? We are literally on the flight. But what actually happened on the connecting flight to Boston is I stepped the wrong way. My foot went one way, my knee went the other, about 30 minutes out from landing, and I dislocate my knee. It was not like a little trip. It was like a full-blown, worse than childbirth pain that had me like blacking out. I was unable to walk. And if you've ever been on an airplane where you hear the captain say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while EMS medically escorts a passenger off." Yeah. That passenger was me. I am talking serious injury that had me spending 17 hours in the Boston ER and then back to Atlanta in a straight leg brace, not trekking through Icelandic glaciers, as I imagine, but for the next several weeks, stuck in a chair, frustrated, and feeling completely derailed. Now, at first, because this also happened in the shadow of my stepping out of the CEO role, right? Within like a couple of weeks, it felt like a huge setback. Here I was with the rest of my 2024 planned out, multiple other trips, events that required 2 working knees, only to find myself sidelined, unable to move the way that I wanted. Now, I reminded myself it could be so much worse. I have been in a couple of really scary seasons of medical issues before, times where I've wondered if my brain and body would actually keep working. This was not one. This was an injury. Even though I knew it would heal, and it might have needed surgery, I had a few days where I really moped about it. I lost some areas of human connection, and most specifically, I lost the ability to play for a little while. Now, I know play might sound like a weird thing, but it's actually one of our core family values, and it's really important with 2 young kids. And I need you to know that I am not the world's best at playing. I was an only child, and I started writing poetry around the age of 7, and that combination to me does not scream playful. So while many of you might know me as energetic and engaged, play is something that's actually very hard for me. And having to be in a leg brace and not able to physically engage with my children in their setting made it even harder. So I began the road to recovery, and I almost forgot that I was even capable of play. But each day I grew stronger and stronger with my knee. And then this really wonderful reminder happened. On the last day of 2024, my daughter Mila, she's 4, she decided that the dusty old Roomba that's been sitting in the corner of our kitchen, like Roomba, like the robot vacuum, deserved a name and it deserved a birthday party. She named him Crummy, which I think is so genius and so smart. And I'm pretty sure she got it from a show, but whatever, I'm going to give her credit. She proceeded to organize a surprise celebration. She recruited individuals in our household to make a cake, to make friendship bracelet. And at first, I thought it was a little ridiculous. But as the day unfolded, I found myself completely swept up in her energy and in the art of whimsy. This was not about the Roomba. It was about the reminder to play, to stop worrying about what was supposed to happen and just enjoy the present moment. You know, we can get so wrapped up in what we're trying to achieve, or in my case, at this point, how things should be, that we forget to look around and appreciate what's right in front of us right now. That part for Crummy wasn't just a funny family moment. It was a lesson in spontaneity and creativity that I desperately needed. It was a reminder that life isn't always going to go according to plan. So whether you're sidelined by an injury or facing an unexpected obstacle, we still have the power to choose how we show up. And what I learned in that moment was that sometimes the best thing we can do is let go of the perfect plan and allow ourselves to be swept up in the joy of life. So as I step into 2025 with this new focus on pursuing my passion for writing, I'm bringing that energy of play and presence with me. Writing is something for me that has always been there, quietly waiting for me to give it the attention it deserves. Now, I am not waiting for the perfect moment. I'm showing up, even if the path isn't perfectly clear, because the more I live, the more I realize there's actually never such a thing as a clear path. So this year, as I dive into the process of getting my fiction book published, I wanted you to think about your own passion. What would it look like to give yourself permission to stop following the prescribed rules and to start creating your own path? I'm not talking about the perfect, polished version of your dream. I'm talking about the messy, playful, authentic version of it. So here is my invitation to you as we kick off season 4. Take a moment to think about your passion. Not the thing you're doing because you feel like you should be doing it, but the thing that makes you come alive. What would it look like to give yourself permission to pursue that, even imperfectly? If that question resonates with you, I would love for you to click the follow button in your favorite podcast platform so you can join me on this journey as we talk to others who have fully stepped into their passions. That's going to be the focus of these conversations. You can also follow along on my Substack, where I share more personal stories and insights into what it looks like for me to turn my passion into a profession. That link is posted in the show notes, or just simply head to lindseyepperly.substack.com. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being a part of this community. Here's to a new year and a new season of passion and play and all the little miracles waiting to unfold in the mundane. I'll see you next week as we continue season 4 of Who Made You the Boss. If you've gained some valuable insights from listening to Who Made You the Boss, there are 2 ways we ask our listeners to show us some love. First, share this episode with a friend who you know would benefit. The more we impact others, the more we can grow our resources to impact you. It's a win-win and it helps us a ton. Second, if you'll take a moment to leave Who Made You the Boss a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcast platform, that helps us continue to create meaningful work, and it just makes our day. Thank you, listeners, for being part of this journey. Until next time, keep leading, keep learning, and keep being the boss of your own incredible story.